Hey, Salina.
Hey, Nikki.
And hey, everyone. Welcome to this week's main episode of Sweet Tea and TV. I have to get the name in there right at the top.
Sex and the City.
Yeah, oh, right. Hold on. That's my second bullet.
Oh, sorry.
As we take our journey through the Sex and the City universe, our next stop is Charlotte. Not Charlotte, North Carolina. Rather, Charlotte Elizabeth York. Is that really her middle name? Did I look that up?
I don't know. Yes, I think it is. That is right, I think.
Charlotte, I'm going to assume it is because it's in my notes. Charlotte Elizabeth York Goldenblatt, formerly York McDougal. You have to say it like that. Salina is going to give us the full character rundown in a bit, correct?
Yep.
But suffice it to say, Charlotte is our blue-blooded, wealthy sorority girl from Connecticut.
And if you can't connect to that,
What can you
do?
Connect to? So real quick, the episodes we watched for this Charlotte episode were season 2, episode 7, The Chicken Dance. Carrie gets fed up with Big's inability to pay attention to her. Miranda inadvertently sets her interior designer up with her friend and they get married. Charlotte has a warp speed relationship with a guy she meets at a wedding, and Samantha sleeps with the guy, then realizes they had sex 15 years ago.
it happens.
To Samantha. So this one was directed by Victoria Hochberg and written by Cindy Chupak and Candace Bushnell. I don't know if we're doing this season, but there was a guest star in here who caught my, that's my eye, coming out of my head. Charlotte's friend, Madeline Dunn. She was so familiar to me, but I couldn't quite place her. When I Googled her, I found out she's Carrie Preston. She was in True Blood.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I think I even just said, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God. So that's her. Next up, season 3, episode 8. Did I blow your mind?
You did. Yeah.
The whole time I was like, her voice is so familiar to me.
Yes.
And then I finally placed it. She's been in lots of things.
She's a big character actor.
The most things. Season 3, episode 8, The Big Time. Sex and the City fandom wiki summary. I think that last one I read might have been from the Sex and the City fandom wiki. Sorry. This one says, Carrie runs into Big, who confesses that he missed her and can't stop thinking about her. Miranda gets annoyed with Steve's childish habits when he suggests they have a baby together. Charlotte falls in love with Trey after only a few weeks of dating and is convinced he's the one. Samantha believes she's hit menopause when her period is a week late. This one was directed by Allison Anders and written by Jenny Bix and Candace Bushnell. The next one we watched was season 4, episode 13, The Good Fight. Again, that wiki summary is Carrie and Aiden have a huge fight over the clutter in her apartment after Aiden moves in. Charlotte and Trey have a huge fight when he brings home a cardboard baby as a gag gift. Miranda goes on a date despite her being pregnant, and Samantha finally gives in to Richard's romance. This one was written by Charles McDougal and directed by Charles McDougal.
Oh, God, Nikki, get it right.
Sorry. This one was directed by Charles McDougal and written by Michael Patrick King, Candace Bushnell, and Julie Rottenberg. I'm so sorry. I just cannot get my words right.
Why don't you just fart and really get
It's the mushroom coffee. Selena's over here giving me drowned mushrooms.
You're welcome.
Good Lord. A piece of trivia about this episode, The Good Fight. This was filmed a few weeks before 9/11, and the pool scene with Richard and Samantha originally included the Twin Towers in the backdrop, and they had to be digitally erased from the scene following the attacks.
It's a good cue up for the extra sugar. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I keep doing that for you.
That's good. It's helpful.
Season 4, episode 16, Ring-a-ding-ding. Ring-a-ding-ding. Yeah, I saw that 2 times. Okay.
Yeah.
Carrie is forced to buy her apartment back from Aiden. Charlotte doesn't know what to do with her old wedding ring. Miranda has to refurbish her wardrobe due to her gaining baby weight. And Samantha tries to trick Richard into saying he loves her. This one was directed by Alan Taylor and written by Amy Harris, Candace Bushnell, and Julie Rottenberg. I'm going to get it right. Thank you.
You're very sensitive to mushrooms.
I am. Mushrooms.
It's Rishi.
In this one, we learned that Carrie has spent $40,000 on her 100 shoes in her shoe collection.
Yeah,
that feels like a very important piece of trivia.
Yeah, I was going to ask how that hit.
$40,000. Mm-hmm. That's so many.
She also mathed like a real journalist in that show. I should know.
All right, the last episode we watched this week was season 6, episode 16, The Catch. Carrie's fling with Harry's best man ends in a neck injury. Miranda is scared of meeting Steve's new girlfriend. Everything goes wrong at Charlotte and Harry's wedding. And Samantha struggles without a man around. I have to tell you, it was hard for me to say Charlotte because I wanted to say Charlotte because of Charlene. Okay. Good Lord. This one was directed by Alan Taylor, written by Amy Harris, Candace Bushnell, and Cindy Chupak.
Did you write that one?
I don't know, Salina.
Okay, because it was just like a really cleaned up version
No,
of what
it wasn't
happened
me.
to Carrie's neck.
No, it wasn't me. It came from that wiki.
It wasn't
It wasn't me. I'm exhausted now.
Don't put that
Just
on me.
reading those episode descriptions was exhausting.
Sorry.
That's so much.
Well, you gave yourself extra tasks.
I did.
Putting the director and the writer. But you know what? I heard a lot of women in there, and I like that.
That's why I put it in there.
So who is Charlotte?
I don't know, Salina. Who is she?
Okay, so Charlotte is played by Kristen Davis. And as we have started doing now in each of these episodes, we want to talk a little bit about the archetypes that these characters fill. So in this case with Charlotte, we're talking about our traditionalist, our hopeless romantic, our idealist. She is the, quote, good on paper girl. She is our Rose, our Charlene. She is the sweet one, and she is the most naive of the four. We'll get into talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly of the character, but does that all feel correct to you? Any amendments or
No.
pain points?
The way you said that was one.
Fair enough.
No, I think that's all right. I'm curious because we've kind of touched on this a little bit that she has a bit of a character arc through the series. If any of that shifts, so we talk about how naive she is. Certainly that shifts a little bit by the end. But hopefully she retains her wide-eyed optimism about love and life because I love that about people.
I think that's fair. And I know it's been a while since you've seen the movie, but like in the movie, she did as well. So
okay.
She remains the believer in love. And I think we honestly see that through in just like that. There's a lot of ways in which Charlotte is not naive too.
Yeah.
I don't want to paint it with too broad of a brush. I mean, she is a woman in the world. She is a woman with a pretty high level career. I mean, she's out there. It's just I think maybe it even just reads like naivety or like this idea that good on paper thing and that being so important looks, you know, the way something looks, the way that it is taken in by others being so important to me is the type of naivety that it is.
So in the main episode in the main episode last week, you were talking about Samantha and her being obsessed with like image and appearance. And I would almost put Charlotte up there in that same way, just in a slightly different, like, yes, Charlotte wants to appear like the whole package to everyone, whereas Samantha's is a little more strategic. She has a very specific image she wants to project of herself.
That's right.
Which I guess is the same
like,
with Charlotte.
I get all the good dinner reservations.
Yeah.
So
Yes. Like socially,
yeah,
she's
like
here.
my name's on the list.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's right. So again, back into the old format. This is what we did with the Golden Girls. We'll do the same again here. We want to talk about the highs and lows of the character of Charlotte. And so when you're thinking about her, Nikki, and what you were able to see in this batch of episodes, plus what you got to know in those first 5, what do you see as the best parts of Charlotte?
So again, a person who is optimistic about things is always going to rank high on the list of people I want to spend more time with because I need that sense of optimism sometimes because I can tend a little cynical sometimes. A little. You're way more cynical than I am, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Not in a bad way, just in a realistic way. Like you see the world very realistically. And you're a Miranda. But I do appreciate that part of her. And I also think she's a super supportive friend. Mm-hmm. I think she sees the good in her friends. Mm-hmm. So I think maybe those things.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, so she innately believes that things will work out. I want to be that person.
I so badly want to believe.
And I think I'm more of the person reality now of like something crappy is going to happen, but you know what? I'll get through it.
Yes. And I would say her personality is like sunnier. It's a very Rose from Golden Girls kind of sunniness. That is not to say that that is the only type of optimism. The other kind is optimistic too.
Yeah.
It's just down to earth.
It's a she's traditional, and so is her brand of optimism.
Yeah.
But when the other ladies are going through a rough patch, you really see her root them on. I think
She
that's
wants
admirable.
everyone to succeed.
She does.
She really, it's not I didn't, in the episodes I've watched so far, I haven't seen a competition with her yet. I saw it come up with Samantha a little bit when Samantha was being so mean to her about getting married a second time.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I saw a little bit of jealousy or something coming out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that I have not seen that yet with Charlotte. She wants her friends to do well.
Yes. And, you know, again, it's like being able to see the light in the darkest of situations. I think that this batch of episodes also highlights, again, like, and we'll talk more about it, like that move. And it's not an easy one for her, but that move of everything needing to be picture perfect to prioritizing connection. And that's what we really get to see in her arc with Harry. And I really want you to be able to see the episode where they meet, but you know, ChatGPT, you'll get it. I do think it's missing at least one key episode that really shows how strong that she can be.
Okay.
So I've gone ahead and added that to our catch up episodes.
Okay.
For later this season, because I think you'll really appreciate it. Yeah, it's really beautiful.
Okay.
We're talking about Charlotte too. Of course, there's not so shiny parts. I think that you've already mentioned in our season opener that you're struggling a little bit with her anyway. So what's not working for you?
I think it is just what you talked about, which is like needing everything to look just right and needing to check the box. It makes her character a little hard to root for. Like, it's kind of hard when she and Trey are going through difficult times, knowing that like in some ways she brought this on herself because what is he, a doctor? He's a doctor, right? A surgeon or something. So he's a surgeon, he's wealthy, he has the Upper East Side apartment, all these things and he has like the fancy Trey McDougal, whatever, like his whole name is, the whole fancy name. And that's what she married. She married this image instead of focusing on the person. Like even that episode where they were on the boat and Carrie is like, I can't handle one more second of Trey. Like everybody around her can see that he's like kind of annoying down to the way he talks, but she can't see that because she's so focused on this image that she needs, this box she needs to check.
Right, this bracelet he got her.
Exactly. So it's like a short-sightedness based on feeling the need to check this box and accomplish this thing. And it just kind of makes it hard to pull for her in some instances.
Yeah, it's the part of her character that's very one note. I think it's also hard to watch. I mean, even like that scene on the boat's a great example. That preoccupation it's just a lot. And it does feel like a little bit almost dog with a bone. I would say the emotional aspect, like this obsession with marriage blinded her. Mm-hmm. Like you said, everyone else could see that Trey was wrong for her, except for her. And also what was going on in the boat was also annoying from the angle of Charlotte because she's so obsessed with him and that what he represents that it was a lack of awareness on her part in the fact that Carrie's already heard this meet cute story 3 times.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Carrie's like, fortunately, I remember it.
Yeah. And I do think there's something to be said. Like there is a little bit of love blindness, but that does happen to people and they think they're cuter than they are. It's just a thing that happens. Yeah. But it was hard to watch.
Yeah.
So that's like not so shiny things. Is there anywhere where she just, or the character of Charlotte just really falls apart for you completely?
I have this later down in my notes. Specifically, I think it's like a scene that I thought that registered with me or whatever, but it was when Carrie comes to her to ask to borrow money and she like sips her drink while Carrie is clearly kind of groveling without groveling. And Okay, so she's not falling completely apart for me there because I think she's not wrong. I think Carrie's not wrong either, though. And so that was a place where I sort of felt like she wasn't being the best friend. She wasn't being the best friend by at least like coming out and saying, this makes me uncomfortable to give you money. She kind of just ignored it. And then when the like annoying little buzzing thing wouldn't go away, then she was like, well, I don't think friends should get into business together. When it really, the way it's reading is, this is my money. This isn't your money. This is your problem. She's not wrong. This was Carrie's problem, but she could have been a kinder friend in doing it.
Literally, we have almost beat for beat the same thing.
Oh, really? That's so funny.
Yeah, but and this was really challenging for me because I do feel like getting money involved in friendships can be very dangerous. Yeah. But yeah, her approach was just like 1,000% wrong, and it almost read like unfeeling.
Yeah.
Which is weird because she is very feeling.
She's always the friend that's like, ooh, we're on the same period cycle. Ooh, we're all the same.
Sorry, you're going to lose your house. That's tough.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah, that's
Uh-oh, can you scooch out of the way? I've got a little dust bunny back here in the back of my house because it's so big. It didn't get cleaned by the cleaner.
Exactly. And I think the thing is they both pointed out really important truths, but again, it's one of those things where two things can be true at once, I hear.
Yeah.
But like, because Charlotte wasn't exactly being independent either.
Right.
She did not earn that Park Avenue. Now, she says she earned it, but in the grand scheme of things, her and Trey weren't even together that long. I mean, like, I'm glad she got it. I'm just saying it's not, she had the means and the opportunity, no real financial threat. And there's something that just reads pretty awful about that.
Yeah. She did withstand the cardboard baby, which I do feel like she earned a little bit about that apartment.
Yes, and he's a bad storyteller.
She probably had to listen to a lot of stories.
Yeah, he is just not funny, and that is a non-negotiable for me. Okay. Now, we'll move on to talking about shining moments across the series or any major awards or wins or acknowledgments. I just took the wins part here to see what she had won for. I'm not surprised it was an 04. She gets nominated for an Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. And then also she was a Golden Globe nominee for Best Performance by an Actress in a Supporting Role in the Series, Miniseries, or Motion Picture Made for Television. Thank you so much.
So concise.
Yes. 04 is the year that the show went off.
Oh,
so
okay.
My guess is all four ladies found themselves in that category. Or well, maybe Carrie's in the lead. I don't know. But I just, that's usually the, hey, thanks for stopping by. We enjoyed you here.
Yeah.
But she had a really good performance, and I don't want to take that away from her by any stretch. So I did look into like what Kristen has said about playing Charlotte. Mm-hmm. It was a good time to do it because I don't know if you looked at all. Well, first of all, she has her own podcast. So
that feels like a thing I should know.
Well, I did. I know. I'm surprised I didn't know about it. I need to check it out. I was going to try to before this episode, but life. But she's often talked about how hard it is to separate herself from that character now that she's played her for so long. And that really is fair. I mean, she's been playing her off and on for the better part of 30 years now.
Right.
So that's significant. 2 movies, 2 shows. Who knows what other little gigs and not little, but gigs she may have done to like represent Charlotte. I know I'd be doing whatever.
All of it.
Yeah.
Whatever pays.
Absolutely. But she has also spoken about appreciating this, quote, rare opportunity in Hollywood to show a woman going through multiple phases of her life, that Charlotte's evolution has made it fun to play her. And I think that's really important because, so when we did our Golden Girls season, we had our first Extra Sugar was about aging women in Hollywood. And we actually talked about In Just Like That. And we talked about that before we had planned on making this our season. And I think that was a really almost like an important segue because and it feels very in tone with what she's saying about this character because the thing that we discussed then, I don't know if you remember or not, is just this idea that people, what they were really struggling with was stories about middle-aged women, especially like in the older part of middle age.
Right.
Like there's like a discomfort with some of the realities that come along with that. And so she's right. I mean, it is kind of this special place that not a lot of women have been able to take up space in, especially with a platform. And then the last thing, this is just some things that she really kind of went to bat for the character early on that I didn't know about. She had to fight for the character to show more anger. So they wanted her sunnier.
Oh, good Lord.
And she found it, quote, challenging to make Charlotte's strict rules and obsession with marriage natural and believable.
You know what, Kristen? You got it, girl.
I always wish she had done more. I really liked her. But did you look up anything? Because I don't want to cut you off if you didn't.
No.
If you did.
No, I did not look up any more on her. I don't know. There's never going to be a good time to say that. I find her to be one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen.
Gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
It's like Girl Next Door, but not really.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like if you saw her in real life, you pass out. She's so pretty.
She's so pretty. Yeah. But I do appreciate that she saw that she was reading very one note and that she wanted to be able to have a little more depth to her character. Yeah. You said something in the main episode last week about how the story is told really through the eyes of Carrie, which I'm not sure until you said that. Like, obviously Carrie's narrating it. I had never put a lens on it that maybe we're getting Carrie's perspective on things. Sometimes it feels very omniscient, where like, it's just us looking in on Samantha's relationship. But now that you've said that, I'm sort of wondering sometimes if we're getting Carrie's lens over it too. So Charlotte feels very sunny and optimistic because that's what Carrie sees. And maybe there was more depth there that we could have gotten it to explore.
Well, and I've always sort of assumed that like the narration is there. And so where we get Carrie's perspective is like in the wrap up.
Yeah.
And she's like, and so in some,
right.
Da, 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 da. And so no matter what you've seen, that is what you're left with. Mm-hmm. So, but I have always felt like it's, what we are visually seeing is authentic to the experience.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
It's just like Carrie's going to tell us what we think about it.
Yes, it makes sense. It would be a better story if it was Carrie's version, because then it would make sense why they fit more neatly into these archetypes all the time, and why they feel quite so square in their box. Mm-hmm. Anyway, we ready for watch party notes?
Ready.
Top 3 moments that stuck with each of us, maybe where Charlotte genuinely surprised us, either emotionally or comedically, or maybe it's just that Kristen is a really darn good actress.
Okay, so my first one is more of like a group situation, but it is one of my favorite. I hear it, but it is one of my favorite scenes in all of the show. This is season 2, episode 7. And it's also literally happened to me at a wedding. The bride tosses the bouquet and it lands at the lady's feet all together.
Oh.
And all of them just go, all right, see you tomorrow. Yep. All right, see you at noon. Bye. And walk off. And that's literally, me and my girlfriends have done the exact same thing.
Oh, and I'm so competitive. I've knocked people out of the way, including small children, after I was married.
It's still my bouquet.
They will be mine. Yeah, okay, I see that. Sure. I had season 3, episode 8, The Big Time, and I think this is relevant to some of the things we just talked about. And I'm putting this in the category of things that just stuck with me. Her part of this episode feels like Charlotte in a nutshell. She finds this guy. He checks the boxes. He's on her list. She's in 1,000%. And I keep coming back to that as I think about her character, because I think it was, granted, it's still kind of early in the series, season 3, early in her character arc, but that's who Charlotte is. Like, she's looking for a guy. She gets her guy, whether he's right or not.
Right. Yeah. That I see what you're saying. So one of my top moments was that, you can't unsee the epic meltdown that was the cardboard baby. Okay. And just as a reminder, it is teed up by this whole thing where she talks about, we don't fight, we're wasps.
Right.
And then they go on to have a terrible fight.
Epic.
Yes. In front of everyone.
Epic.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. Because he goes and he gets the baby to show her friends.
Because he thought they'd all have a nice little chuckle.
He thought Exactly.
Thought they'd all have a nice little chuckle. That one
He
has
said, "You're funny."
Carrie, you're funny.
You get it.
Don't you think this is funny? That is
I almost felt bad for him.
Did you?
I don't know why, but I think it's just like anytime that someone's isolated to that level, and it's just dumb assery. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do.
He's such an idiot that he does not see the emotional because he is a robot, Nikki.
Yeah.
And just doesn't even see the emotional toll it's taken on his own wife. You know, it takes them breaking up, and you'll see this in another episode, I hope.
Okay.
But it's just basically, it took him losing her to see everything that he had lost.
Yeah.
And we don't really get that until the tail end of their relationship. But he does know. And so I think there was just something in that made me, But it's just, and then he gets mad, and then he's like, "Yeah, get out." And she's like, "Don't talk to my friends like that." I mean, there's that whole scene is so good.
You know, and yes, it was very, it was funny. It also was very heartbreaking in the sense that you're saying how alone he was and all that. I 100% see that. And I could see feeling a little bad for him. I felt very bad for her. I can't imagine. And there's a chapter I've missed here. I'm not sure either. Have they been trying to get pregnant, or did she lose a pregnancy?
They've been trying to get pregnant.
Okay. So it was clear that there was like any woman that has ever gone through a pregnancy journey, especially like I won't say especially, in situations where a woman's trying to go through a pregnancy and then it doesn't work out, it's heartbreaking. It's like for a woman who wants to get pregnant, it is the worst, I'm sure, possible feeling in the world. And it's isolating because you feel like there's something inherently wrong with you. I'm not saying any of these things are true. I'm not saying any of these things people should feel. It is, though. I've known people who have gone through this, and it's very isolating. So my heart was breaking for her that, one, she's going through this and she's trying to put it in her box. She's trying to say like, oh, and now we've decided we're not going on this baby journey anymore. So I'm trying to get my book in order. And she's trying so hard to put everything back in the box and tie it all up neatly. And he is so not on the same page in terms of the emotional toll it's taken.
Exactly.
Doesn't that just break your heart?
Well, it does. And I got more of that in the scene where it's just the two of them before.
Yeah. Yes.
You know, because I think they wanted to give us some levity here.
Yeah.
So we are not, because it is that sad and that terrible.
Yes.
I want to be very clear. It was a terrible decision. He is an idiot. And
you were very clear about that. With the word dumbassery.
I just and I almost feel like it's a weird thing about me that I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad for him because he's so alone in this. But he doesn't really deserve that level of whatever. He needs that isolation right now, I think. But I did thinking about, he's in that one part, I have to say this. She says, "Don't you talk to my friends like that? Without a baby, they're all I have." And he says, "And what am I? You're the man who gave me a cardboard baby."
It was brilliant. And then how the friends slowly back away. We're just gonna go now. Go.
I mean, and if you've ever been there for an awkward couple moment,
yeah,
you do want to slowly dissolve into sand.
You're curling up inside your skin.
Yes.
Awful.
Yes. The last top moment I have is, and this is not really a top moment as much as it is a scene that has always stuck with me. Is in season 4, episode 16. This is the ring-a-ding-ding one. Her walking around and looking at her ring up and against everything, and all that for whatever reason. Now, I get that one a little confused when she gets engaged to Harry. She may do something again very similar. But I remember when I got engaged, and because those scenes live rent free in my head, I remember walking around and doing something similar. I also remember looking at it when I was pulling out of the garage and accidentally knocking my side mirror off.
Oh, but that's a fun thing. How fun was that?
About $300 worth of fun.
So fun.
It would be way more today.
But was it shimmering and shining in the light?
Yeah.
Because that's my favorite time to look at the ring.
Yeah. It's a real thing that happens to people.
It is. I mean, I can relate. I think season 6, episode 16, The Catch, and this is like Harry and Charlotte's wedding writ large. I really appreciated all the mini moments that made that up, mostly because I think it's kind of full circle for this character that her wedding went so awry, and I appreciate it so much. There were so many punches she had to roll with in order to get her happy ending, which she always thought was just going to come in like a tray-shaped package. Like it was just going to be delivered to her, and it was all going to be wonderful.
Oh, and so she had a really fun Jewish wedding.
Right, right.
Which was my thought, which I was like, dang it, I really want to go to a Jewish wedding. They really seem like they're having their time.
Sure. Yeah. No, it looks like a fun affair. That and like a bat mitzvah, those seem like fun too. Just all the mitzvahs, really. All the events.
I feel like I would have had more fun in that one, closer to 13.
Not me. I can do it right now. I got this. I don't know. Watching that show with Kristen Bell.
Oh, uh-huh.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
She goes to one. It looks like a
Nobody wants
blast.
this.
Nobody wants this. Looks like a blast to me. See, drinks, open bar, dancing, teenagers who don't want to be there.
That's right.
So they stay away from the dance floor. It sounds like a blast to me. I don't know. That wasn't my point though.
Okay. Sorry.
My point was that it was you asked in the last episode if some of these things, given the short amount of time I've spent with these characters, if it felt like valid and felt like earned, thank you, an adequate payoff. It felt weirdly validating to me in the little bit I've watched Charlotte to watch her finally get, one, her happy ending, but in a messy package that she just has to learn to embrace and just roll with it and go with the flow. And I appreciated that.
I love that. Well, what about other observations? And now this could be favorite quotes, moments when you felt like she was peak Charlotte, anything in those areas.
Did you just say this one, season 4, episode 13, The Good Fight, where she says, "Don't you bring that baby in here, I will kill you."
I didn't say that part.
Oh God.
That's
my favorite part. That was my favorite part of their argument.
It's so good. I did like, she has, it's real that when she is particularly outrageous, it's like when she's being the most Charlotte, like in this really funny way where it's like pragmatism meets like something almost sexual.
Oh, uh-huh.
You know, so there's the episode where Samantha forgets who she had already slept with in season 2, episode 7. And like Charlotte is just like, I keep a list.
Sure.
You know, and it's just very pragmatic, you know. And she's like, I don't understand what the problem is. Where's your list?
And it ties nicely to when she's trying to get her day book in order with Trey after they decide that they're not going to have this baby. So now she's trying to get her life in order.
That's right.
All right, we've decided we're not doing that anymore. Now I'm going to move on to this thing over here.
Absolutely.
It's a compulsion.
There's also another one, season 3, episode 8. She's like trying to take it slow with Trey. She says, but I don't want to ruin it by having sex too early. Oh, so you're everything but girl. I like to think of it as kissing with extras.
So stupid. There were a couple moments in The Catch that got me. So like when she finally gets her New York Times wedding column thing, and she says, I'm having a Jewish wedding and I look like Hitler because there's like a smudge on the paper.
That's one of mine. It's so good. But I think that is like when I said, okay, this idea of her moving from picture perfect and she gets to like something that's more about emotion and connection and actual love. This is her snake year. This is her final shedding.
Okay.
She's heading into
For those of us who do not live in hippie land, what does that mean, Salina?
Well, we're heading out of the year of the snake.
And into the year of the horse, right?
Fire horse, yeah.
I said what I said.
And snake is all about shedding. And so this to me feels like when you're truly going through your shadow to meet your light. Mm-hmm. Not your maker, your light. I just want to be clear.
Could be your maker.
Well, maybe. I mean, how bad is your shedding?
Could be pretty bad.
It's almost like you have to face that dark night one more time. And that's a little bit what the pieces of the wedding feel like. Like she needs to have that epic meltdown in the bathroom with Carrie, get that reminder and what perfection bought her the last time.
Yeah.
And then it's like growth.
Yeah.
And you see the light switch on.
That's deep, Salina.
That's me. All right, peak Charlotte. She's peak all the time. honestly.
Yes.
But there are a couple that are like when Miranda's decorator like gets engaged to the guy that she likes within 5 seconds or whatever in season 2, episode 7, Charlotte's unraveling about being a bridesmaid again is pretty epic. She's like talking about the fact that she's excited they get to pick out their own bridesmaids dresses or whatever. And at the end she's like, it's always, don't look at me, look at the bride. This time people are going to look at me.
Yes. Yes. And then similarly, but not a meltdown, more of just like that bright-eyed optimism. Season 3, episode 8. I mentioned this in the main episode last week when the girls were all gathered in the bathroom and they start talking about their lady times because they're all passing around tampons. And she's like, oh my God, we're all connected. Just like the besties for the resties kind of sorority girl stuff. That is peak Charlotte's.
Yes.
So I'm so unsurprised that she would be excited about that.
Yes. And this one, I will say this category is a little hard because peak Charlotte and favorite outrageous Charlotte quotes go really hand in hand for her.
Yes.
Since that is kind of the one-notedness, but also like this lovable part of her that we see exhibited across these episodes. But what about whoops that didn't age well? I'm going to go ahead and tee up something and say that mine really don't necessarily have anything to do with Charlotte so much as the larger episodes.
Okay, because I don't have anything.
Okay. So I was going to say for this one, it's all of the Richard content. And specifically in season 4, episode 13, Samantha pleasures him in an open office plan.
Sure.
And I just want to say that he says, what if my assistant sees? And I'm like, what if these other 35 people
The person
see?
walking up the stairs,
Just
right? It's like
you're in a fishbowl office. Like, I don't know. It's just the whole thing. And then later, after their sexy swimming night, he gets her to dance because, as he puts it, I'm your boss. It's an order.
Yeah.
I understand that this is supposed to be romantic. For me, as we have talked ad nauseum about power dynamics over the last decade, even though like this is used as like this crux because she's someone who has so much trouble like letting those walls come down.
I was going to say, because she has so much power. This is him taking it back in a language she understands, which is her career. She gets that. That means something to her. So he's going to take it back. And that's the only way he can do it because nothing else matters.
He's a tough character for me.
I get it. I don't.
Like
their relationship makes me uncomfortable.
But yeah, like it is like just, it's sex on a stick is the whole relationship.
It feels like 50 Shades of Grey a little bit because over time, the female character, whose name I can't remember, but the female character does start to get some power in their relationship.
Is it Aurora?
God, I hope not.
Something like that.
Anna. It is start with an A.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Look at us go.
But no, I know. Their relationship just makes me uncomfortable because it's just weird. But this reminds me of that. So every time Richard and Samantha come up, I get uncomfortable. I'm going to enjoy talking about that in our Samantha episode.
Anastasia Steele.
Sure.
It's your favorite book, right?
There's typos in it, Salina. There are typos in that book.
I don't think the grammar was the purpose.
It definitely wasn't, but it feels like if you're going to write a book, maybe have proper grammar.
Trying to get every woman of a certain age to feel a certain way. The other ones that really struck me as like dusty or like, season 4, episode 16, Charlotte goes to get her ring potentially repurposed.
Oh, yeah.
The lady there says the poem that rhymed a derogatory term with baguette. And it just seems so unnecessary.
Oh, okay.
And then there was like this disdain for the quote gypsies next door.
Yeah.
Just that whole character was like, okay. And then season 4.
I was hoping that was New York something. Like that was a reference people would get about New York. Like
I think it is a very specific personality type.
Yeah.
And there are,
hateful.
Gypsies are real type of people and they do carry a certain stereotype around the world. So I get it. And also, if we're talking about things that just don't feel like they age well, season 4, episode 16, $2,800 for an apartment in New York City is how much they quoted Carrie. You can barely do that in Atlanta right now, and then Carrie's rent control one was $750. So I just needed to say it out loud, Nikki. I just needed to say it out loud.
Do you feel better or worse? Better?
Yes.
Or worse?
Yes. And then season 6, episode 8. I'm just going to say everything about Harry's friend Howie. This is the neck breaker.
Oh, okay.
There's like all the gay jokes because they were helping with the wedding at all as 2 men, because why would you do that? And like he's like bullying Carrie after she says she just doesn't want to see him anymore.
Yeah.
Like in a really aggressive way.
Yeah.
Her facial expression when he mouths to her.
I need to rewatch this episode. I watched this one while I was cooking or something. I was in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
I got to rewatch it. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't really, that whole subplot wasn't really doing it for me. So.
Why?
Yeah.
Also, Samantha's take on candles. Women with candles replace women with cats is the new sad thing. So all that's very mean. Lights candle.
I know. I'm looking at the candle wax on the wall behind you.
I'm not sad. I'm very fulfilled. Look at all my candles.
So fulfilled.
Look at all my candles. And then Steve's new girlfriend gives us a Blockbuster reference. You want to go to Blockbuster and get a video or something? I was like, my mouth to the goddess's ear. I go right now.
Drop everything.
That's right. It was just me. I was the only one with the reference.
You were the only one.
Excuse me. But I came in hot.
I'm glad you did.
So we decided that we were going to move from cheesecake chats or cheesecake moments to Cosmo chats.
You still
What
feeling
do you
good
think
about
that? I don't know. What do you think?
There's another word than chats. Cosmo Convos. Cosmo Convos.
Okay. All right. Let's see if it holds for the next time. Maybe we'll change it every time.
And not just because we don't remember.
Well,
Cosmo Convos.
you better roll those tapes then.
My favorite Cosmo Convo in this batch of episodes was the moment between the ladies on the stairs at the engagement party in the chicken dance. And it was largely because we get this perfect peek into each one of the women's stances on marriage and love. Like Charlotte falls perfectly in the camp of you could go from not knowing a person to married in 10 minutes flat, which is just like, that's sort of a runner, it seems like, through the series with her. She genuinely believes that. And incidentally does that later in the episode too, when she ends up with that guy at the wedding. We get some of Carrie's conflict over Big. So she says, I mean, some of us finally get the pink toothbrush head. We're over here celebrating scraps. Like, you get to see that she knows that she is excited about something in that relationship that probably isn't the most healthy thing to be excited about. Yeah. And yet here she is. Samantha is all like, what are you guys all worried about? There's men everywhere. Look, here's a new one coming to the party. I'm going to go check him out. And then we got Miranda like full on crashing out over her inevitable cat lady / candle lady future. She's like, walking back up to the door, and the doorman is like, who are you? Do you need something? And she's like, I freaking live here, man. I just loved everything about that whole scene. I thought it was great.
It's a little grating to see all of Miranda's like, what about me? What about me? But I have to tell you that I viscerally felt a lot of that in my bones. I was like, yeah, I've felt many of those situations before.
Yeah.
So
it is a certain something to be that person in the group that's always just like, then there's me. Then there's Maud.
Right. I showed him a boob. He doesn't even remember. That was her story, not mine, but it probably is my story. You've already labeled me a Miranda.
Did you have any Cosmo Convos?
Well, I have one we've already talked about, which was the bathroom scene between Charlotte and Carrie at her wedding.
Okay.
And just that, like, it was like a very kind, thoughtful, sweet, like, hey, honey, get it together.
Yeah.
Which is a real thing.
You have to have a friend who can do that for you.
That's right. And then my other one is also a Carrie and Charlotte moment, which is when Carrie, when they have the whole conversation and she actually gives her the ring for the down payment.
Yeah. That's a good one.
And what I really loved about that was it was a proposal, but it was a proposal of friendship.
Yeah.
And she even says, "Will you take the ring?" And Carrie says, "I will."
Oh.
And so like there was just something very beautiful about that. So we're on a quest.
We are?
We are on a quest. I even wrote it down so in case I forgot what our quest was.
Okay.
But this is basically like, as we go through these episodes, I'd like us to sort of look at every character that we're spending time with that week and then talk a little bit about how we do or don't align with them.
Oh, yeah.
And like who we think we are the most like at this point in our either first watch or rewatch. And then maybe at the end, we can declare for certain who we think we are.
Okay.
Maybe we'll even know. Who knows?
We'll see.
Do you want me to start us off with that?
Yes.
Helpful for you? So I can't say that I much identify with Charlotte. I'm not much of a traditionalist, and I'm not terribly concerned with looking good on paper. So I on the other hand, though, she tends to get hype when things don't go right, and I've historically been put in that category. And one might say that I have historically been a little hysterical when things don't go as planned. So I can't say that I'm nothing like Charlotte, because I think that would be absolutely not true. But if, also if we looked at her story as more broadly as one of letting go, then yeah, I'd say that I can relate with that trajectory, but for different catalysts and different reasons. So that's my stance on Charlotte. I mean, it's funny because this is like one of those times where like in the previous ones, I'd be like, sure, I'll be Sophia or whatever. But like in this one, at this point, I do feel like a blend really between probably Miranda and Carrie. I don't feel very much like Samantha, and I don't feel very much like Charlotte. Although there are things there, but I feel like I definitely feel like their archetypes are so strong that it feels hard for me to be like, yeah, I'm the sexual one.
Yeah. I think it was a lot easier to put yourself in that box when you were younger. Like everyone would have a I'm Carrie or I'm a Miranda. And as you get older and realize how complex you are as a person and as a woman, that probably gets a lot harder.
Okay, if you're a nerd, it's kind of like this. You want to be an elf, but you're a hobbit.
What world are you living in?
What
world are you living in?
You don't have a Lord of the Rings creature you want to be?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Tell you, you wouldn't be an elf if you could be an elf.
I mean, I just want to spend
Lord of
time
the
with
Rings
Legolas.
elf.
I just want to spend time with Legolas.
Like in a Samantha kind of way.
Yes. Not in a Charlotte, we braid each other's hair
Nikki
kind of
will
way.
try anything once, including an elf.
I did not say that.
I
Just
did.
Legolas. Everybody thinks that. Everybody thinks it. It's true. So in that way, I'm a little bit like Samantha. No, I'm just kidding. I do not identify with Samantha at all. Charlotte, I think, and this is why I asked you in my outstanding questions. Am I Charlotte?
I'm not allowed to answer.
Is she annoying? And am I Charlotte?
You have my emojis.
I think I know, and I'm going to get into them. I haven't looked at them yet.
Oh,
I haven't looked at them yet.
Okay.
No, I want. This is all going to be very authentic for the social media post.
Okay.
I'm going to react to them in real time. I identify with her so much and so much more when I was like in my 20s and maybe early 30s too. Like the whole concept of like going to college because that's what people do. And then you come out of college and you get married and then you have kids. Like I will own that I have felt that way at different points in my life and that I've made life decisions based on that at different points in my life. I don't regret any of it. But it's probably not the best way to make life decisions, to do it because you think that's what people expect of you. And it has been a journey of maybe more like my mid to late 30s to realize like it's okay to do things just because you want to do them and not because other people are expecting that of you. That is where I think she and I, from what I've seen so far, diverge a little bit. But her marriage to help me. Harry. I was going to say Henry. That didn't feel right. Her marriage to Harry may be that like redemption arc for me and for her, where I realize she's finally like getting to do some of the things she wants to do. So in that way, I can identify with her.
Okay.
I think I'm going to be a blend of her and Miranda, because I agree with you. I don't think that I'm just one. And I think Miranda's like uptightness really hits something for me. It feels very familiar.
I wish I could relate, but I can't.
Very little patience for a man who can't do things on his own, and short attention span, like a short. I think I'm going to identify with that when we get to that part, to that episode.
Okay. All right. And so our quest continues. And I'm closing. I knew that. I knew it. I saw my name. All right. Next up, the Miranda episode. So thanks for teeing her up for us. Speaking of Miranda. All right, we'd love everyone to follow along with us and engage. Instagram and Facebook. You can find us at Sweet Tea and TV. On TikTok at Sweet Tea TV Pod. On YouTube at Sweet Tea TV 7371. We have more numbers in the back of our name than we have followers. And email, you can find us at sweetteatvpod@gmail.com. And then we are also on a website somewhere.
On the line.
We're on the line at sweetteatv.com. There are also several ways to support the show. So you can tell our family.
You can tell my family about it.
You really could. Could you tell them?
They'd be like, Nikki has a podcast?
And then if you... I could think of other points where I'll just put you in touch with them and maybe you could be our go-between. And I would say,
you can be our family mediator.
What if our family hears about it and hears us talking all this chat, but they won't? So anyways, so tell your friends and your family about us. I mean, listen how sweet we are. Rate and review the podcast wherever you listen. And we also have some additional ways available from the website, from our support us page. I'm not above cash. Nikki might be.
I am, because I'm Charlotte. That's tacky. But give me a diamond ring and we can talk.
Oh, okay.
An Upper East Side apartment, we can talk.
Oh, that would be nice. Maybe we should add that to our support page.
Yes, we should.
Well, our support page is still Designing Women themed.
Stop it. Why do you keep pointing that out all the time? Every time. This is the second time.
Second time. Because it's the only other time I've remembered. All right. So I'm saying all that to say that you should come back Thursday if you want to.
Good transition, Salina.
Thank you.
We don't have any of our stuff together, but you come on back. Trust us.
Smooth as butter.
It's going to get so good.
It's going to be very great. We're going to talk about the fifth character of Sex and the City. It is the city. It is the one and only city in some people's opinions. It is New York City.
New York City.
And New York City is currently on Nikki's thumb.
Some version of it.
Some version of it. And of course, I'm old, so I'm trying to look from across the room. It's hard. But anyways, we're workshopping the end. If anybody has any ideas for what our sign off should be, you remember all those things that I quoted at you earlier. That's where you can find us and tell us your sign off ideas. Because until then, it's going to be like, cheers to Cosmos. Everybody put on your Manolos. And just like that, we'll see you next time.
Bye.